Hello my dear learners, welcome to my channel. In this video series, we are learning Kotlin programming language with practical demonstration. In the previous video, we discussed about what is constructor, how to create a constructor in Kotlin, what is primary and secondary constructor, and what is the use of these keywords practically. To learn that concept, please watch my previous video. Now, in this video, we will discuss about inheritance in Kotlin practically. So, let's start the session. To give you the practical demonstration, I will create a file named as inheritance.kt. Okay. So, in that, first of all, I will write a function main over here. Okay. So, main function is our starting point of the program execution. Okay. So, over here, I have created a class named as a person, and the person class has a primary constructor with a particular parameter named as a name. Okay. So, name is a parameter with a string data type. So, this class that I have created named as a person. So, person is our class, and a class has its particular property and methods. Okay. I have created a class named as a person with a parameter as a name. So name colon string. Now in this class I am writing a init method. So init is used to run the code during object creation. As we know that when we create an object, it will call to the constructor. Okay. But if you want to run some code during the creation of object, at that time you will use the init. Now I am just creating a method named as my Aadhaar, say for example, and this method has a parameter. Say for example, Aadhaar has the Aadhaar number colon long over here. So I will use the long data type also in this program. Okay. And in this method, I will write a println statement. Say for example, my Aadhaar is $number. So this my Aadhaar method will print me the number of the Aadhaar for the particular person. Okay. So we have created a class named as a person with a parameter with its primary constructor, and in that class I have written a method named as my Aadhaar. Okay. So now what I need to do is I need to create an object to call that particular my Aadhaar method. So I am just creating an object variable person1 equal to person, and then in the round bracket I will pass the value. Say for example, so this Atmiya parameter will goes to the particular name that we have written into the our primary constructor in the line number 2. Okay. So when this object is created, the constructor will be called and the Atmiya will be goes to the parameter. Now I will call the method by using the object. Say for example, person1 dot my Aadhaar 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this is the long value that we are passing over here to particular method named as my Aadhaar. Now I am just running the file. So this when this object is created, the constructor will be called with Atmiya, and when the method will be called, it will print the value that we are passing from our main method. So you can say over here, when the object is created, a constructor will be called, and when the object is created, you can call a method for the particular class. Okay. You can do like that also. You can remove that parameter from the primary constructor. Then also it will give me the same output because I have passed this value to my particular method. Now I am creating another class, say for example class teacher. Okay. And this teacher class has the particular parameter. Say for example, teacher has the name and teacher has the class name. So here I have created a class name as a teacher that will inherit from the person class. So inheritance is the mechanism by which one class is allowed to inherit the field and method of another class. And there is another concept over here also. When you create any class in Kotlin, by default it will be the final class. So if you want to inherit that class, you need to be open particular class. Say for example, here I am just inherit the person class, it will give me the error. The error is very important over here. What is the error? The error is, you can say, the type is final, so it cannot be inherited from. So person type, person class is a final, and a final class cannot be inherited. That is also we have covered in our object oriented concepts. Okay, so if you create a class in the Kotlin, the class by default is final. So if you want to inherit the particular class, you have to make it open. Okay, to make a class inheritable, mark it with open keyword. So there is an open keyword in the Kotlin. By using that open keyword, you can make your class as open for inherited. Inheritance means, you can see over here, a person class we have inherited in the teacher. Now I am making it open. You can see there is no any error now. Okay. So if you want to inherit a class, you have to make it open, because by default all the class in the Kotlin are final class. So inheritance means one object acquire all the properties and behavior of parent class. Okay, so over here we have created a class name as a teacher that are inherited from the person class. We can create an object of the teacher class also. Now say for example variable teacher1 equal to teacher round brackets. Okay, so what I have done over here, I have created an object of the teacher class. Now I can call a particular method name as myAadhar by using the teacher1 dot myAadhar. Okay, so you can see over here, I have created an object of the teacher class, but I am calling the method of the person class by using the teacher object. So it will also allow, because we have inherited the person class into the teacher class. So myAadhar is a method that are written into the person class, but I have created an object of the teacher class, and by using that teacher object I am calling a method of the person class, its parent class. Now you can see in the output, same output I am getting, but currently I am using the child class object. It is not a parent class object. Okay, the teacher1 is a child class object. It is a subclass object. The person is a superclass and teacher is a subclass, and I am using the subclass object to call the method of the superclass. All class in Kotlin have a common superclass named as any, which is the default subclass for a class with no supertype declared. So if it means that if you are creating a class, all the class has its particular superclass named as any in the Kotlin. Any is the superclass of every class in the Kotlin. So here I have created an object of the child class, and by using the child class object I am calling the method of the parent class. This is what the main benefit of the inheritance. You can access the property of your superclass by using the subclass object. So you can see, you can do like that also. Variable teacher1 equal to person. Okay. The teacher1 is a reference for the person class, and if you write the teacher class over here, then it is the object of the particular child class. Say for example, now I am writing another method in the teacher class. Say for example, teacher has a name also and teacher has the Aadhar also. So I am just copying this and paste it over here. Function name is myAadhar. See over here we are getting an error. MyAadhar hides member of a super type person and method override modifier. So there need to be write the override modifier. Okay, but for now I am not going to give you the demonstration for the override, so I am just removing these over here. For the override concept I will give you the practical demonstration in the next video. So currently I am just focusing into the inheritance concept. So now I am just uncommenting this line over here. So now we have a two object, person1 and teacher1 with a different values. So person1 has the value from 1 to 10 and teacher1 has the value from 1 to 11. Now I am running the file. You can see over here there is a two lines available into the output with the different values. So for example, now I am just changing the value over here, name colon string, and I am passing the value from the constructor. I am writing init block over here. It is used to run the code during object creation. So when the object is in the creation mode, the init will be executed. Now I am writing my name is, say for example, $name. So name is a parameter which are written into the primary constructor, and I am accessing that parameter into the init block. Okay, so init block is used to run the code during the object creation. So when the object is created, this init block will be executed. I am getting error now. Why? Because our person class has the particular primary constructor with a parameter. So I need to pass the parameter over here also. Person, say for example, and we have to pass the value from the teacher class. So I am just writing a primary constructor for the teacher class with a parameter name colon string and cname colon string. So now the teacher class has two parameters, a name and a college name. So when I am creating an object of the teacher class, I need to pass the two value from the line number 19. So no value passed to the parameter. So I just need to write MCA first as a first parameter and CName as a second parameter. Say for example, class B. Okay. So these two parameter will goes to the primary constructor of the teacher class, name as a name and CName. MCA will goes to the name and class B will goes to the CName parameter. And that name parameter I am calling to the super class. See over here in line number 12 I have written colon person in the bracket name. So this name parameter is written into the teacher class that I am passing to my person class, and the person class has the init block and the particular my Aadhaar method. So I hope you are getting the flow of the inheritance. You are getting the flow of this program very well. This is the complex code for inheritance now. Okay. If you are creating a object of the child class, and if you are inheriting the parent class to the child class, you can call the constructor of the super class also. So what is the output of this program? Can you guess the output? Because when an object is created, it will call the init method of the person class, and by using that object, I am calling the method named as my Aadhaar for the person 1. And when I am creating a teacher 1 object for the teacher class, it will call to the person constructor, and then I am calling the method of the my Aadhaar by using the object named as teacher 1, and teacher 1 is the object of the teacher class. So you can understand this code, the flow of this code, because I have created a class name as a person. I am creating as an open class with a parameter. This class has an init block and a method, and init block is used to run the code during the object creation. Okay. And this person class is inheriting into the teacher class. So teacher class has all the properties of the person class now. So when I am creating an object of the teacher class, I can call a method of the person class named as my Aadhaar. But this method is not written into the teacher class. This method is written into the person class. But the person is inherited into the teacher class. It means that teacher class is acquiring all the properties of the person class. So by using the object of the teacher class, I can call a method of the person class over here. But both the object has the different value. Both object is initialized with the different values. And when I am creating an object of the teacher class, it will give me the different value. You can see over here in the output, name is Atmiya, Aadhaar is 1 to 10. Name is MCA, Aadhaar is 1 to 11. Okay. So that is what we have printed in our code. We have printed the name only. That's why I am just getting name over here. I have not printed the college name yet. Okay. So now I am just going to print the college name in the teacher class. For that I can write the init block over here in the teacher class. So this init block is available into the person class. It will execute at the time of object creation. So this person class has init block and the my Aadhaar method. Now in the teacher class you can also write the init block. Okay. Say for example I am just writing init over here. I am just copying this init and paste it over here. Now I am just writing the college name, say for example. Okay, name is a name and my college name is a C name, or you can say a class name. My class is $C name. So C name is a parameter that we are passing from the main method, in the teacher class in the primary constructor of the teacher class. So you can see the code now. A superclass and a subclass relationship. A person is a superclass, teacher is a subclass, and subclass is acquiring all the properties of the superclass. So the teacher class has its particular init block and it is also inheriting the init block of the person class and a method also. So this teacher class has its own init block and a person class has its own init block. When the object is created of the teacher class, the init block will be executed, and the object is created of the person class, the init block will be executed at the time of creation of the object of the both class. So what will be the output of this program? Can you guess the output of the program? You can write your guessings into the comment box. So now I am just running the file. You can see in the output, my name is Atmiya, Aadhaar is 1 to 10. Name is MCA, class is B, and Aadhaar is 1 to 11. So all the properties of the superclass is acquired by the child class, and I have created an object of a person class also and a child class also, name as a teacher. Okay. So person is a parent class, teacher is a child class. Person is a superclass, teacher is a subclass. So child class is acquiring all the properties of its superclass, and both class has its particular init method. That's why we are getting the name is Atmiya and class is B. Okay. So this is what all code of inheritance, all the concept of inheritance in the Kotlin. So there are lots of concept covered in this program, like as a init block, method, class, object, inheritance, open, and a primary constructor also. This person1 object is created for the particular person class and the init block is executing. That's why we are getting name is Atmiya first of all. Okay, and then I am calling the my Aadhaar method by using the object with a value 1 to 10. So that's why we are getting my Aadhaar 1 to 10 in the output. Next, we are creating an object of the teacher class, name is teacher1, with the two parameter MCA and class B. So when the object is created, these two parameter will goes to the name and CNAME parameter, and it will call the init block. Okay, so we are getting the output. This class is inheriting the person class. A teacher class is inheriting the person class. That's why we are getting name is MCA from over here. We do not have written the MCA in the init block, in the teacher class init block, but this is we are getting from the super class init block. And class B that we are calling over here, we are passing the value over here for the particular object that are written into the init block as a class name. That's why we are getting into the output class is class B. But the name of the particular MCA is we are getting from our superclass. And then by using that object, I am calling a method name as my Aadhaar. These two parameter will print the value. Name is MCA and class is class B. And by using the teacher class object, I am calling the method as my Aadhaar, which is written into the parent class. So here we are getting class is class B by using the init block of the subclass. And the name is MCA, we are getting into the output by using the init block of the superclass. So that's all from my side in this video. In the next video, we will discuss about method overriding and super keyword practically. So stay tuned to my channel, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys.